What's the worst example of favoritism you've seen at school? In my senior year, we had an English teacher, Miss Harlow, whose favoritism was so blatant, it was almost surreal. She was absolutely obsessed with one student, Jessica, the volleyball team captain. And I don't mean she just liked her. It was as if the entire class revolved around Jessica, while the rest of us were just background characters in a show written for her. Jessica would stroll in 10, sometimes 15 minutes late, Starbucks in hand, and Miss Harlow would just smile warmly and say, "Take your time, dear." No sarcasm, no passive aggression, just pure, unfiltered admiration. Meanwhile, if anyone else was even a minute late, they'd be met with a sharp glare and an instant detention slip. No excuses allowed. The grading was even worse. Jessica and I were study partners, and one night while working on an essay, we ended up submitting the exact same file. Not just similar, word for word identical. Her paper came back with an A+ and a glowing comment about brilliant insights. Mine, a with notes about shallow analysis and lacking depth. I just stared at it, completely stunned. But the real scandal came during college application season. Jessica needed an A in advanced English to qualify for a major scholarship. Then, just before midterms, Miss Harlow made an odd announcement. She had mysteriously lost everyone's exams and would be grading us instead on a take-home version. Sure enough, when the new scores came in, Jessica, who had been struggling all year, suddenly had the highest grade in the class. I tried to brush it off, but then one afternoon, I went back to the classroom to grab a notebook I'd left behind. As I approached the door, I heard voices inside, Miss Harlow and Jessica. But this wasn't just casual chatting. Miss Harlow was giving her the final exam questions. Not just hints, not study tips, the actual questions. I froze, pulled out my phone, and recorded everything. I didn't go to the principal, I went to Jessica first. At first, she laughed like it was some misunderstanding, but the longer she listened to the recording, the more serious she got. She had no idea Miss Harlow had been feeding her answers. She thought she had earned everything. When she realized the truth, you could actually see the betrayal hit her. The next morning, Jessica marched into the principal's office with my phone in hand. She didn't try to defend Miss Harlow. She just told the truth. An investigation followed, and when the school audited Miss Harlow's grading history, they found years of suspiciously inflated grades, mostly for star athletes. Jessica gave up the scholarship. It wasn't justified anymore. But instead of sulking, she reapplied to schools using her real GPA, her real essays, and her own work. The best part, she still got into an even better college than the one she originally aimed for. Turns out she didn't need the favoritism at all. Funny how things work out.